What is going on, everybody? Welcome to the Playmaker Pod. I'm your host, Isaac. This is co-host, Joseph. And we had, what was it, game four? Yeah, game four going down last Friday night in South Beach once again. And Denver pretty much has full control of the series now. They took a 3-1 lead, and the only other team to come back from 3-1 was obviously LeBron James and the Cavs back in 2016. The only team to ever come back from 3-1. Denver, they have full control. And the game yesterday, Denver was pretty much ahead the whole time. I mean, let's keep it real. Miami dropped four straight games at home after starting the entire playoffs undefeated at home. They started the whole playoffs undefeated at home. Now they've dropped four straight, and it's not looking so good for the Heat. So I tell you, give us your thoughts on that game yesterday.
Yeah, no, I'm actually happy about this because I was tired of Miami. What is it called? Every time Miami lost a game, it was like, oh, Jimmy Butler doesn't care. He's smiling after the game. I was getting tired of that shit, bro. It would be a fucking picture of Jimmy Butler smiling after they fucking lose by 10. Oh, that pissed me off so much. So I'm finally happy. Even Jimmy Butler was like, oh, I guarantee we take game 3 or game 4. Well, guess what? They didn't take any of those games. And Udonis has them today. He's like, oh, I guarantee that we're winning game 5. Well, yeah, Jimmy Butler's guarantees going to work out. I doubt Udonis Haslam's guarantees are going to work too. So it got so bad in game 3 that Udonis Haslam actually got minutes in the game to close out the game. So that's how bad it was in game 3.
Uh-huh.
And in this game, in the fourth quarter, Joker was in foul trouble. So he didn't even play for like 8 minutes. And when Jokic left out of the game, they were up by 10. And when Jokic stepped back in, they were up by 9. So, yeah, that was your chance. That was your chance to win the game. And you just failed at it. And Jimmy Butler, he played good this game. But when it mattered in the last 5 minutes, Kentavious Caldwell-Pope got a steal from him. And that was the worst turnover I've ever seen. He had 0 turnovers the whole game. And they were only down by like 6 at that point. And after that, that was basically they had no chance of that because it was such a bad steal too. Jimmy Butler was basically trying to bully what's his name, Caldwell Pope in the paint, and Caldwell Pope really just stole the ball from him, and after that it was over. And yeah, and then what's his name, and then the Max Struss experiment. This guy is just done. It doesn't even exist anymore. He's just ass. I'll be real. Like in this game, like maybe game 1 he had 14 points. Game 2, 14. The game that they actually won. But actually, he wasn't even good that game either. He was 4 for 10. So it's not like he was that good. Game 1, 0. Game 3, 0, 3. Game 4, 0. So yeah, you're not gonna win. Like game 1, he was 0 for 9. 0 for 9. Game 4, 0 for 3. He just gave up in game 4. He's like, I'm not chugging up these shots anymore. He only took 3. He was done. And last game, 1 for 4. And then game 3, the game 2, the only game that they won, 4 for 10. So it's like, he was just
his confidence is shot right now.
Yeah, and then even Caleb Martin wasn't so good either. Like from most of this game, Kyle Lowry and Kevin Love are probably the best bench players. To be real, they were their best bench players. Kevin Love is actually giving them quality minutes in the third quarter. Unlike even Gabe Vincent. Gabe Vincent only had 2 points, so it's like it was really it's just sad that Bam and Jimmy Butler couldn't take advantage of Jokic not playing basically the whole fourth quarter.
I know, yeah, they got into foul trouble with that offensive foul right there. Jokic had 5, and I thought, okay, this is going to be the Heat's chance right here. They don't have Jokic in the game, and they still couldn't close it. They still couldn't close the gap. And then once Jokic got in, it just got worse for them again.
Yeah, it just hasn't been their series. Like even Jimmy Butler has not been like, oh well, Jimmy Butler like the way. Like to be real, if you the only series he was like, oh my god, this is the closest thing I've seen to Jordan was like first round Milwaukee. I saw people calling him Jimmy. I saw him calling him Jimmy Jordan. I haven't seen Jimmy Jordan since that first series. Like he's been the same Jimmy Butler he was in the regular season, which is still good. It's not like it's not bad. It's still good. But yeah, Jimmy Butler has not been the way he was in the if he was playing the way he was in the Milwaukee series, they probably wouldn't be down 3-1, to be honest. Because the Milwaukee series had a 50-point game and a 40-point game. He's probably the only reason they won those Milwaukee games. Because I doubt if he just had a regular Jimmy Butler performance in both of those games, I'm pretty sure Milwaukee would have probably won the series if he didn't have 50 or 40. So, yeah, he's not doing bad. Like, the main reason they're losing these games is because of Struss and Vincent can't hit a shot. Caleb Martin's not the same. Duncan Robinson was probably the best out of those guys. Out of the 4 guys that stepped in the playoffs this game, it was Duncan Robinson. And it's still the only reason he's doing better is because he actually can actually make a layup now. Like he can actually drive in and make a layup. He couldn't do that before. That's why he couldn't play for the last 3 seasons of his contract. So the only reason he's playing right now is because they had to play him. But he's actually playing good.
Mhm.
But yeah, it's just tough for Miami. Bam's still doing really good, but 7 turnovers for Bam. So
7 turn. Oh shit.
yeah. So yeah, but yeah, on the Nugget side, Bruce Brown was cooking him. Bruce Brown was cooking him in the fourth quarter. He had 21 this game. Katavious
Aaron
Pope.
Gordon was cooking.
Yeah, Aaron Gordon too was cooking. He had 27. Jokic didn't have to do that much. Like he still had, like he didn't, like he put up 23 points. He didn't even put up that much assists. There's only 12 rebounds.
Yeah.
And Jamal Murray struggled from he struggled shooting again, but he had 12 assists. He's had 10 assists in each. He has had 10 assists or more in games 1, games 2, games 3, and games 4. So that's good enough already right there. And then yeah, Aaron Gordon, 27 in this game. And he's also done a great job of defending Jimmy Butler.
Yeah.
Like, obviously Jimmy's gonna make shots, but Jimmy was like 7 for 19 yesterday, so there's a lot of misses too. And Aaron Gordon's a big reason for that. And Christian Braun too. Christian Braun has just been like a nice presence on the court for them. He didn't do it. He didn't do really nothing in game 4, but he brings energy to the court. That's what you need.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just tough when you can't cook Jeff Green. Like Bam couldn't cook Jeff Green or Katavious Caldwell-Pope. Bam had a wide open shot over him. Caldwell-Pope defended him pretty good, and Bam couldn't make it. Bam has a side advantage and everything. So I was just sad. I was sad.
Yeah.
Yeah, they just showed no energy. They didn't show the energy I wanted them to see when Jokic was off the court. I thought they were gonna win the game when Jokic got out of the court. Because for the first couple of minutes of Jokic being off the court, it looked like they were gonna come back and take the lead.
Yeah.
But then the Nuggets would just come back and make big shots like Jamal Murray. His favorite play is basically getting a screen from what's his name. He gets a screen from Gordon or Michael Porter Jr. and takes a 3 behind him. He usually makes it's like deep threes too, but yeah, they couldn't stop that. So yeah, it was basically done. Like you can't. You're not gonna win when like 5 of your players can't shoot anymore,
Yeah.
and when you can't take advantage of Jokic being off the court. That's just not gonna happen.
Miami's shot selection was pretty poor there towards the end of the game. They were putting up shots. I'm like, what the hell were they doing? They're shooting like moving threes and everything, like pretty much anything they could take. And it's like, obviously that's not going to go in. And then they keep on missing the shots, but their shot selection still ends up being poor. So it's like, yeah, you're not going to get back into the game when you're just chucking up whatever shot you feel like.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I don't really have the chances for the rest of this series anymore. They're probably losing. Like maybe they have a miraculous comeback or something, but I just don't see it happening. Just because of basically it's just because of Struss and Vincent just aren't the same. That's the only reason. Those are 2 of the reasons they even got this far. It's because of Struss and Vincent. So it's gonna be.
Man, I kind of already knew though. Like you can't really rely on them to like play this way all the way through. Damn.
Yeah, these are the guys who when you're a team like Miami, you're not like you weren't meant to be here. Well, the only reason you got here is because those guys play. To be honest, Jimmy Butler was the reason. Jimmy Butler was the reason for the first series. That's the reason they beat Milwaukee is because of Butler. And the series against the Knicks. Series against the Knicks was because the Knicks couldn't the Knicks beat themselves because of he weren't even shooting that great in that series either. Like there wasn't like most of those games were like 193. But yeah, but Caleb Martin those guys still played good in that series. Cause yeah, and then series against Boston, the only reason they won that series is really because of Martin, Struss, and Vincent were shooting historically great. Historically.
Yeah.
So it's like yeah. And then this Nuggets series, the only time they've lost by double digits in game 1, game 3, and game 4, all by double digits. And in game 2, they won that game by 3 points. And that was because Jokic is the only one that actually played good in that whole game. And they only won by 3. Yeah. They almost lost. They almost lost at the end too. If Jamal Murray just hits a 3-point shot, he hit the rim. If he just hits that 3-point shot, it goes OT. So
yeah, then once it goes into OT, who knows what happens from there? Yeah, it could have been over by now.
Yeah, and they have to go back to Denver. I think it's over. Yeah. I think it's over either in 5 or 6. I think it's one of those. But I think the Nuggets put them away.
Yeah, I don't think Denver lets his series extend out. Yeah, past 6. They're the better team too, and they've been consistent. They're not like one of those inconsistent teams they'll put it down every once in a while. Like they've been pretty consistent throughout, and yeah, they could pretty much put it away early. I was hoping for Miami to take this series, but I had my doubts, and yep, it looks like it's probably coming to an end right now.
Yeah, they need a next season. Unless I don't think they're gonna get Dame. So they could get Dame, but if I don't know if the Trailblazers are gonna trade him. So it's more like it's more likely that they need to retool their team. They need to retool the team a little bit. They need to get bigger because the fucking I need a power forward or a center. I at least need that. Like
Yeah,
Struss and Vincent. I'm pretty sure are both free agents. So I'm fine with you letting go of one of them and like
yeah.
bringing in a forward or a big. You need another big because it's like
They're way too
Kevin Love's a
small right
big.
now.
Yeah, Kevin Love's a big, but he's not doing it. He's not like he's basically a small forward. Basically, he's not really power forward. They're sending Kevin Love. He's like a small forward now. He doesn't really. You can't put him against those bigs at all to defend them. They need
Yeah,
another. Yeah, they definitely need another big. They have the draft pick. It's number 17. So maybe they use that in the trade, or they take a player because they're pretty good at developing. They can probably take a player, but it's not gonna help them next year. But yeah, like Cody's always still getting minutes in the series. I don't even know why. He shouldn't even be in there at all.
yeah, nah, for real.
Yeah. The only other big, like Kevin Love, the only reason he only played 18 minutes, but he still had a pretty good game for what he did. To be honest with you, Kevin Love was playing better than every other bench player other than Kyle Lowry. Like, yeah, so
You got the two oldest guys on the team out here having to perform for you.
yeah,
It's been pretty sad for them. Yeah,
yeah. I don't know how they're gonna go about if they don't get if the Dame's not is not if Dame's not on the trade block. Then it's gonna be tough to even get a good power forward center because it's like you have so much money wrapped up with Duncan Robinson and Kyle Lowry off your bench that it's like they're good players, but I
have
don't
to make
think
a trade. Yeah,
yeah,
or free agents. I don't know what free agents are available at like power forward and center, but
yeah.
I mean, I guess if you want to keep running Bam at center, you could find like another power forward. Either way, I think you could probably run Bam at power forward too. Your spacing will probably just be a bit more limited.
Yeah, yeah. I just don't think they have the cap right now. Maybe somebody would just want to sign with them for cheap since they made it all the way to the finals. But
Yeah.
yeah, I don't know. Duncan Robinson, they're not gonna. I don't think they're gonna trade Robinson unless they get Dame because he's probably their best. He's played a lot better. He's developed his game. Like he can actually go to the rim. He can actually drive to the rim. He can make plays for himself now a little bit. He's not just a catch and shooter. He still can't play defense, but still he improved offensively. So you probably want to keep him. Kyle Lowry, he's been good for them in certain moments, but he's getting paid a lot of money, so I wouldn't. Like he's been one of their best players on the bench, but he's getting paid like a
What, like 40 mil a year?
yeah something like that. So I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know if you'd want to. I don't know if that's good enough for you to keep him on the team next year. Maybe you try to trade him for other players to get to get the bench better. This team has chemistry though, so I don't know if you want to screw over the chemistry, but
I mean, adding a few pieces wouldn't hurt too, though.
yeah, Gabe Vincent's probably gone, but I don't think he's coming back. I think somebody's gonna pay him
Yeah. Yeah.
somewhere else.
I think the move, yeah. I'd say it all depends on Portland, though. Portland and Dame Lillard. Because I'd tell you, I think if Dame Lillard were to join that team, that's like a legit team right there. Like legit. Like they already made the finals without Dame. You throw Dame into that team, I think they instantly become the favorites in the East.
Yeah, I think they would have to get a three-team trade though because I just can't see the Heat wanting I just can't see Portland being that enticed by Miami's picks because they're not gonna be a bad team. I mean,
Yeah.
even if they lose Dame or something in a year or something, or if they lose one of their players, they're still probably a decent team because they're a good organization. They haven't really ever been like terrible. So if I'm Portland, why am I gonna watch your picks? Because I'm just trading. I'm gonna be trading for like picks in the 20s, and I'm
Yeah.
just fucked.
The lowest it's gonna get to is like 14.
Yeah. Why I don't see Portland being enticed by that because I like if I trade him to Brooklyn, there's a lot more chance that Brooklyn fucks up. Or I mean, if I trade to Brooklyn, I mean because I don't have Brooklyn's picks, it'll be Phoenix's picks. There's a lot higher
Oh
chance
yeah.
Phoenix falls apart than
Mhm.
Miami becoming a top 5 team in the lottery. So
Yeah, that's true.
I think there would have to be like a third team for that trade to happen because I just can't see them being enticed by their. Like I don't even know about Tyler Hero anymore too because he's coming off an injury. I don't know. I don't know. I don't really know if they really want to add him to their. Because if they trade Dame, they're probably taking Scoot, and they have Scoot, Simons, and Sharp. I would rather just. I wouldn't really want Hero because I would rather just want to develop. What's his name? I wouldn't even want Simons either. I would rather just want to develop Sharp and Henderson. I wouldn't really want to
Mhm.
mess with Hero So I don't know.
That
It
would
would
take
be
away minutes from Sharp and
yeah.
Henderson too. Yeah,
Now Portland, if I'm going for a rebuild, I don't want Hero. I want to just. Cause I think Sharp has more potential than Hero. Cause I think Sharp. Cause it's not like Hero I think's reached his cap already. Like his limit of what he's gonna be. He's basically just he's a 3-point shooter, an efficient one. He's like a 20 point per game scorer. I think that's his
yeah.
cap. Like I think Sharp can be better than that. Like he can create for himself and everything. I think he can be better than that if you just develop him.
Yeah.
And I would rather take the chance on that. And you got Simons too. I don't think you're gonna be able to get off of Simons' contract because it's pretty big. He's like 20 mil a year, 25 mil a year, something like that. So.
Oh, Simons too, isn't he also another 20-point per game scorer?
Yeah, Simons and Hero are basically the same player.
Yeah, no, I just think that it's because Portland's roster is so bad, so his stats might have gotten a bit inflated.
Yeah, Simons at least looking create for himself. At least he's a passer. Like he's actually a point guard. That's what the problem is. They don't fit next to each other. Simons and Dame, they don't fit.
Yeah.
Simons played a lot better. Simons played a lot better when Dame wasn't even there. Like I'm pretty sure Simons was getting like 8 assists a game when the season Dame was out last year. Before this year.
Yeah.
He's more suited for a point guard role, and he's not gonna get that point guard role in Portland. Even when Dame leaves, because if Dame leaves, they're taking Scoot. No matter what, if they keep a third pick, they're probably taking Scoot. I don't think.
Well, it depends on if Charlotte doesn't take him.
Yeah, I don't think Charlotte's taking him.
You don't think Charlotte's gonna take him?
No, I don't think so. I think Brandon Miller's going to the Charlotte Hornets. It could be smoke, but everyone I'm seeing, it's like even like the mock draft people, they're making it seem like it's like number 1 Wembanyama and number 2 Brandon Miller is locked in already.
Oh, for real? Shit.
Yeah.
Damn.
But yeah,
it would have to be somebody else trading up for him, but
yeah,
it'll probably have to happen on draft night.
Yeah, most of the big time trades, whether it's trade ups, is probably gonna happen on draft night. I don't think
unless it's like before.
Yeah, I don't think so. I don't even know there's gonna be big trades because it really never is. It's usually usually the team just stay, like especially in the top four most of the time. Most of the time, there's like occasions where it happens, but mostly in the top 4 at least, they usually just stay there and take their pick. Even top 5. Mm-hmm. So, yeah. But yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see what Miami does.
If anything, you could keep Tyler Hero. Like if you're Portland, you could keep Tyler Hero as a 6-man. I tell you, still get that same production, 20 points per game as a 6-man. I mean, that's not terrible either.
Yeah.
You could still give minutes to Sharp and Henderson, and then have Tyler Hero there coming off the bench. I mean, that was his role for most of his career, anyways. 6-man, and then come in.
Yeah, I just have a feeling that the Trailblazers they're trying to go full tango, like when they trade Dame.
They don't even want to try to win.
Yeah. That's what. Like I think they're trying to trade Nurkic too. Like, actually, they'll probably just keep Nurkic because Nurkic ain't gonna get you wins. I'm gonna be honest. Nurkic ain't getting you wins. Nurkic is gonna be like Christian Wood on the Rockets a couple years ago. That's basically what Nurkic is gonna be.
They're gonna put up empty stats.
Yeah. So it's like, yeah, Nurkic is not gonna get him wins. And after that, they can just let Jeremy Grant walk too. They don't have to sign. They can do sign and trade for him and get something back. So they can just go for a rebuild if they want. But I don't even think Portland's going for a rebuild. I think they're just gonna keep Dame. I don't think Dame's getting traded.
They're capped out, bro. I think they're capped out with that one Western Conference Finals appearance that they made back in 2019, and they ended up getting swept by the Warriors. That's probably their peak, bro. Especially with the West getting better now, because now you gotta deal with Denver. You got to deal with Luka. You got to deal with freaking Phoenix now. Even the Lakers, too. So,
yeah, it's just because I don't think they want to face the harsh reality of a rebuild because most of the time, it doesn't work out. Like I said the last time we talked about this. It doesn't work out. So just keep Dame and just be as good as possible for a long time. Because it's like, I think that's what they're just doing. I think they're just doing that right now. Because if they're a rebuilding team in Portland, they ain't gonna be fucking popular unless Scoot becomes a fucking all-star in his fucking first or second season. That's what. Yeah. But even then, it'll probably take him a little bit to get actually popular again. Because even with Dame, nobody really gives a shit about them except for the fan.
Really popular. Yeah.
So I think they're just trying to stay afloat right now with just Dame. I think they're happy just keeping Dame even though they're gonna be a bad team. Being a mediocre team.
I kind of brought up the idea. Like I've been trying to think, right? Like what's the last full-on rebuild that's actually worked? I know Philly tried to do it, and they it looks like second round is a peak for them when they went full on rebuild and they got Embiid, Simmons,
Yeah.
Markel. That one almost they had some potential, but it looks like it's probably done now. They're capped out.
Yeah,
Who can
and
I
they made
think
a
of? The
couple.
Lakers. You see, the Lakers try to rebuild, but then they ended up taking the core and then just flipping it for AD and LeBron.
Yeah,
So I mean, I guess it worked, but I don't wouldn't really call that a rebuild though, because they didn't really use those pieces to go and win their championship. They just used those pieces to flip it into proven stars already.
yeah. Let me see. Let me think about it. Mm,
Brooklyn tried doing that too. They also tried to rebuild after the KG and Paul Pierce experiment failed. And they actually did pretty solid when they brought in Jared Allen, D'Angelo Russell, and they were actually winning some games right there with that core. And then they decided to flip that core too for Kyrie Irving and KD.
yeah,
That one didn't work out either.
yeah. Milwaukee and Denver didn't even rebuild either. They just got lucky. They didn't even rebuild. My Milwaukee and Denver.
Giannis and fucking
Yeah.
Jokic were both second rounders.
Oh yeah, Giannis was in the second rounder. He was a 15th pick.
Oh, he was the 15?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Okay, so either
They
way
just got
though, he
lucky.
was still
They got lucky.
they got lucky on that one. Yeah, I don't think they're
That's it.
expecting him to be the
Yeah.
freaking best player in the world.
The Golden State just kind of had a retool. They just kind of retooled their
But
team.
they always has Steph Curry.
Yeah.
They
That's why I
always
said they
has Steph
retooled it.
Curry,
They didn't rebuild it. They
Klay
retooled their
Thompson.
team.
Yeah,
And
Steve Kerr was really the one that kind of came in and changed it. Because I mean, the
yeah.
Warriors were still in the playoffs, but then once they got Steve Kerr in there, that's when Steph Curry started performing MVP level, and all their guys really stepped up. Damn, what?
Yeah, to be honest with you, most of these teams just get lucky who they draft. To be honest with you, 'cause like Steph Curry, I don't think they thought Steph Curry was going to be a fucking unanimous MVP. And Milwaukee,
Yeah.
they went and drafted Giannis thinking he was going to be a top three and the top two player in the NBA every single for like the last 5 seasons. I don't think they would
Yeah.
thought that either. And the Nuggets definitely didn't think that Jokic was going to be a two-time MVP about to win the championship for them. So
Yeah.
it takes
Face of the franchise. Yeah.
well, I guess we're gonna see in the next couple of years because most of these rebuilds that are happening right now are probably gonna go into effect in the next couple of years, where they actually start showing success. Like the Magic, the Thunder, all those kind of teams. Their success won't start happening to like maybe a couple, like 2 or 3 or more years. I think the Thunder, if Thunder actually, Thunder probably have the best chance to win the championship out of all the rebuilding teams, just because of all the assets they have. They have a if what is it called? Like if Joel Embiid was a got wanted to get traded, the Thunder have the fucking stuff to do it if they wanted to try to win.
Mm-hmm.
Like they have a fucking picks all the way down to
Bring in a
2029.
superstar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They can just get all the picks. They even have some players that they don't really. They have so many young players that they don't even really need either anymore. Like only players that are untouchable probably for them is Shy and Giddy and Holmgren. I think those are the only players that you don't want to trade. But if
Anybody
like
else, you can throw them in a trade.
yeah, if Joel Embiid's up for trade next year, and Holmgren wasn't really that great in his rookie season, but I can see the Thunder trading to get Embiid and try to win. Because like Shy was a all NBA first team this season, so it's not. He's probably a top 10 player this year, top 12 probably. But I think he was top 10 more. Like just player wise, he was top 10 this year. So
Yeah.
so they're not that far off. And you already have a top 10 player, you're not that far off. They just need a the
You
Magic
bring
too.
in another top 10 player. Yeah.
Yeah. The Magic too they're pretty deep. They just need a little bit more development. They need to have more shooting to that team though, because like Paulo can't shoot. Suggs really can't shoot. Wendell Carter can't shoot.
That's another one of those things too, where you could probably bring in like a proven piece to kind of help take that team to the next level. Because I don't know, out of all those guys that you got in Orlando, I don't know who you're really counting on to be that number one. I mean, you're talking about like Paulo, kind of developing into like the face of the franchise. I don't know if he's got that. Maybe he does, but I'm not.
I think Paulo is their face. I think he is their face right now.
Right now, but yeah, could you develop like Boston? They got in Jason Tatum, like they drafted him and they groomed him to be the face of the franchise, like consistently. Like he's gonna bring in talent, like he's gonna be that guy for you for the next 10 years. I don't know if like Paulo could be like that level, like Jason Tatum level, to where he's like the face of like your entire franchise. Or I don't know if they need to bring in like another piece to kind of do that for them, and then use Paulo as a supplement kind of guy.
I think Paulo can get there. I think Paulo could be like top 12, top 15 player at his peak.
Mhm.
Actually, at his peak, he can be like Blake Griffin was one of the Clippers at his peak with like
Yeah.
playmaking. That's really what he was coming out of college. He can't. He's not. I don't think he's ever gonna be able to shoot that good because he's not that good of a shooter. He went through a whole month of this. It's just his rookie season, but I still don't think he's gonna be a great shooter for the rest of his career. Like he went through a month of this season where he missed every single three he took. I think it was February. He didn't make a single three.
He
So
missed every single three.
yeah, he missed every single one.
Holy
He was like 0 for 40 or some shit. He missed every single three.
Holy shit, bro.
But yeah, like, I
At
don't think.
least shooting is something that could be developed from.
Yeah, like the Rockets and the Pistons, I still see them a couple moves away, a little bit longer than OKC, and unless one of their players just comes out like unless Cade Cunningham or Jalen Green or some shit just come out and start averaging like 28 a game or some shit like that. But
Yeah.
even if Cade averages 28 a game, I don't see that Pistons team winning that much games this year. To be honest with you, though, because it's like the rest of the team's ass. I'm gonna
They
be
suck
honest.
that bad.
Yeah, it's pretty that bad. Like, Killian Hayes is gonna still get minutes next year, so that's how I know that they just suck. Like Killian Hayes is playing.
Killian Hayes, yeah.
Yeah, Killian
That's true.
Hayes reminds me of Brandon Knight so much.
Oh, Brandon Knight.
Yeah, they're like horrific bust, like super bad bust. Like both of them were like top 6 picks, and both of them were complete ass.
Yeah.
Like the only value that Killian Hayes brings to the Pistons is that they get a game in France every year because he's from France. That's the only reason.
Oh yeah.
That's the only benefit they get from him. So yeah, but like the Rockets, I don't see the Rockets being maybe unless they get Harden or some shit, they'll be like a playing team. But I don't see them being a championship
because the
contender.
Rockets are trying to compete though.
Yeah,
To me, what it seems like is that the Rockets are trying to win. They don't know how to like full on rebuild. And plus, I already got the pieces already. I mean, you got Jalen Green there. You got Alperen Sengun there. And who's the other one? Oh, Jabari Smith. Plus a number 4 pick too. So I mean, you have the pieces set. So I mean, it does kind of make sense if you want to go on and try to win some games, like you said, or if you want to go the Lakers route and use those pieces and flip them into proven players already. I mean, you could, if you want to, you can go that route too.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting. But yeah, the Pistons and the Rockets just seem like they're like 2 or 3 years from me considering them like a legitimate championship contenders. Or I actually think they could be championship teams. Like actually.
Oh yeah, championship teams. Yeah.
Like right now, I think they'll be like playoffs. I think the Rockets at least are gonna try to contend for the playoffs next year. Or the play-in at least. Yeah. So I think they'll be like contenders trying to make the playoffs, but not for the championship. The Magic and the Thunder, I can see the Thunder legitimately, depending on how the players develop in Oklahoma. I could legitimately see them being like a top 4, top 5 seed like in 2 years, maybe a year and maybe after this season. I can see them being like a top 5 seed. I think they're gonna continue to take steps. Like last year they made the play-in. I think this season they're gonna be a playoff team, like 8th seed or something like that. I think 7th seed, and I think after that they'll make more steps. Like because Holmgren's probably gonna take a while. He's probably gonna take a year or two to actually start playing.
Develop, yeah.
Develop.
Yeah, it sucks for them that he had to take a whole year off because what was it? He tore his ACL at a rec league game.
Yeah, the rec league game. Yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna be terrible.
It's just that Shy and Giddy are so good already that it's like if they really wanted to, if a superstar really came on the trade block like Embiid, I would be willing to just because of how good Shy and Giddy are, I would be willing to trade Holmgren. I haven't seen it unless Holmgren
comfortable enough, yeah. That trade. Unless
Holmgren averages like 22 a game this season, then I'm not trading Holmgren for Embiid for like year 10 Embiid or year 12 Embiid. But that's the only reason I wouldn't trade Holmgren. So I guess we have to wait and see this season. Because I don't think Embiid can trade this year. It's more likely going to happen in a year or two. So we have to wait.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'd probably. Yeah, depending on how Holmgren plays, we'll see with that. But they have picks already. So the picks, they could just use salary cap fillers and use all their picks. Because I'm pretty sure somebody will get.
That's true. Yeah.
Yeah.
They're kind of like how Boston was for all those years. Remember where they just loaded up draft picks from everywhere that they had too many draft picks to even know what to do with them?
Yeah, that's basically what they can do. Yeah, the military picks are too valuable though because a lot of them have protections on it. Nobody talks about that. Like they traded for a Denver pick from 2029, but I was looking at the protections on that, and it was like top 20 protected. So they're basically not getting it unless the Nuggets suck, unless the Nuggets are really good. So like they traded one of their 2024 picks for a 2029 pick for the Nuggets like a day ago. It was yesterday, I think.
I saw that. Yeah, it was. Yeah, like on Friday.
Yeah, on
I
Friday.
don't get what the point of that was.
Oh, it's just so Denver can have more assets to build around Jokic. Like if they want a pick, so they can trade it for a player.
No, yeah, but what was the point of that for Oklahoma?
Because they have too many picks to even. They have too many picks the next
So
two
they literally
seasons.
just gave it away for a
Yeah,
2029 pick from Denver.
yeah. Like they just want to stack up more picks for the future, so they can continue. So every season they want to continue to have picks, like multiple picks every draft class. That's what they want to do.
Yeah, because I'm looking at that. I'm like, bro, why is Oklahoma taking a 2029 pick
Yeah,
and giving away? They give away a first and a second this year. That's crazy.
yeah. That
And
pick's
from
probably
Denver
heavily
too,
that pick's heavily protected
teams.
them. That what?
I'd say, and then from Denver too, of all teams, like you could have gone for at least like a worse team or something.
Yeah, yeah. In 2029, I don't even know. You don't know what's gonna happen by then. A lot of shit
That's
changes.
true. Uh-huh.
Like in
But I mean,
2016.
there's a bunch of consistent stuff. Like
Yeah,
there's teams that it seems like they're bad no matter what.
yeah, yeah. But I don't think Denver. Jokic could easily retire because Jokic doesn't. A lot of people say that Jokic doesn't seem like he's too into the. Like he's like. I don't think. A lot of people say he doesn't. They don't think that he loves basketball. Like they think he just does it because he's good at it. That's what a lot of people say.
For
So,
real, yeah.
yeah, a lot of people say it like that. NBA players that played against him, like Durant and all that. I heard Durant tweeted about it. Durant tweeted about that one time. He deleted it super quick, but he did tweet about it. So
Oh, that he just plays it
yeah,
because he's good at it. Yeah.
yeah. Like he sees it as a job. Like, he doesn't see it as like a passionate thing or something. He just sees it as a job. But
Yeah. That's
but
crazy. He ended up being the best off of that.
yeah, so but yeah, so yeah, maybe he retires by then. I wouldn't be
He
surprised too much.
retires
If he
young.
retire.
For real. Oh man, that's crazy. He would be what, like mid-30s by that point?
Yeah, he'd probably be like
6 years from
34,
now? Yeah,
33.
mid-30s. Shit, damn.
Team is probably a lot different too. A lot of teams could fall apart
Yeah,
by that
that's
time.
true.
Because the Nuggets after they lost, I guess they were good with Carmelo, and then after the end between Carmelo, they were pretty bad. But then they got lucky. Like they're probably pretty bad right now too. If they didn't get lucky, they got lucky with Jokic.
Uh-huh. Yeah, they
Because they were
did get
like
pretty lucky.
after they lost Anthony and they lost Carmelo, they were pretty mid. Like they had Kenneth Faried, Paul Millsap.
Oh yeah, that's true. Damn. You see, because I don't remember them being like terrible, like bottom of the
Yeah,
barrel.
no,
I
they
remember
were
them being mid. Yeah, but
they
they
were just
weren't like
mid.
absolutely terrible.
They were like the Wizards, kind of. The way the Wizards are now, well, a little bit better than
Oh
them.
yeah, that's
A
how they
little bit
were.
better than
Yeah.
that, yeah. I remember Kenneth Faried was like an all-star one year. Like, he was an all-star because of
Kenneth Faried was an all-star. Yeah.
yeah. So yeah, we'll
Paul
see.
Millsap, Ty Lawson too. I remember Ty Lawson was like one of the best guys on that team.
Yeah. So yeah, we'll see what happens with that. But let's talk about. I want to talk about. We're gonna have a ranking of the top 5 finals runs of all time, or championship runs, playoff runs, whatever you want to call it. So, you want to go first?
Well, alternate. We'll start.
Yeah, we'll
with
go back and
number
forth.
5. Yeah, we'll start with number 5. Shoot. All right. So number 5, I'm going with the 2022 Warriors. This is a more recent one. And after everybody had pretty much thought the dynasty was over, after everyone pretty much thought that all the Warriors have fallen off and everything like that, bro, they came and they proved themselves once again. Steph Curry finally got his finals MVP. I'll tell you, that's a more recent one. They went through the Mavs in the Western Conference Finals, put them away pretty quickly. And then they went down 0-2 against Boston, and they pretty much won out from there. Steph Curry proved his greatness. That really bumped up Steph Curry to what, like that top 10 conversation all time of like greatest players ever. He solidified himself over KD because one of the big debates was when KD came over that KD was the best player on that team. So all time it was kind of hard to rank the two. Then you got Steph Curry going out and winning a second championship on his own without KD. Meanwhile, KD's been trying to do it without Steph, and he hasn't really been able to do it on his own. Steph Curry went in. He won his own championship. That pretty much solidified him over KD all time. And then, I'll tell you, the dynasty, it still had one more championship left in it. And so, I'm going to give it to the Warriors. Even with their aging veterans like Draymond, Clay, they're the ones who helped you win your first 3. And even as I got older, You had young guys like Jordan Poole stepping up. So I'll take the Golden State 2022, put them at number 5.
All right, then my number 5 is the 2004 Pistons. They were what was it called? This was a defensive type of team. That's the reason they won this finals. They had Ben Wallace, Chauncey Billups, Rashad Wallace, and then offensively it was pretty much Rip Hamilton. So they won most of the series by just playing defense. That's what they won. They had one of the arguably maybe the greatest defensive big men of all time. I don't believe in that statement, but I'm sure a lot of people do.
Wallace.
Yeah, I don't believe in that statement.
I already know.
But
I already know.
A lot of people do.
Uh-huh.
Let me go through. They beat the Michael Red Bucks in 5. That's not too impressive. But they beat the team that just made it to the finals the year before that. The Brooklyn Nets led by Jason Kidd, Richard Jefferson. That's a pretty good team. They beat them in 7. And they beat the Pistons led by Jermaine O'Neal and Ron Artest in 6. But the most impressive thing about this run was they beat. I don't really consider this a super team. A lot of people do though. Like Peyton and Malone weren't that great anymore, but they were considered a super team. They have Shaq, Kobe, Malone, Peyton, in 5 games. In 5 games, that's what's impressive about it. They didn't put away like in 7. They gave them a gentleman's sweep. That's what's impressive about that. Like that's crazy to me. Like that's still crazy. To wrap my head around that, it's pretty crazy. In 5 games, like just Shaq and Kobe putting them away in 5 games, that's crazy. Because how the Pistons, like that Billups is probably Wallace didn't do anything other than defense, and he was guarding Shaq. So I'm sure Shaq wasn't getting fucking put in jail by fucking Wallace. I don't think he was that. He wasn't that bad. So it's just impressive to me how they were able to beat the Lakers in 5. That's one of the most impressive things to me about that run. But yeah, I have the 04 Pistons at 5.
All right, that's pretty solid. Number 4, I got the exact same team, but a different year. This one is the Warriors from 2017. Even though this might have seemed a bit unfair, it's not even like it was like any real competition at all. But they literally swept through the entire playoffs. Like literally swept every single team. They swept the first round, they swept the second round, they swept the third round. And then the finals, LeBron and Kyrie got lucky and they pulled out one game. And like game 4, when they were about to get swept. But then they got put away in 5 games. So it didn't even matter. Anyways, that's pretty much my entire reasoning, is that they were just unbeatable that entire time. Like literally, it took LeBron going crazy, Kyrie going crazy for one game. One game just to be able to lose that one. You could argue they were on the verge of losing to San Antonio but when Kawhi Leonard went down, that all went to rest, and then they swept through them too. I tell you, literally swept through everyone. Like nobody had a chance against them. So I think it's worthy of putting them up here, just for that reason alone, because nobody could beat them.
Yeah, that was probably like my number 6 team. I just let them out just because they were so unbeatable. I just let them out.
I was kind of debating it because I mean it was pretty unfair. Like you don't want to give them credit for that because they were a 73 win team already, and then you drop in KD. Of course, they're gonna be unbeatable. But the fact is, I mean, like it was so crazy that like teams didn't even have a chance. Didn't even have a single chance against them.
Yeah, my number 4. I just read that no current teams basically. I got no teams from recently at all. Like all my teams are like old teams, like old teams.
Yeah.
Like at least they're all like a decade.
The opposite.
Yeah, all my teams are like a decade plus old, like at least a decade. Other than all of them are old. My number 4, I got the '98 Bulls, and the reason I got the '98 Bulls is because they were just like they went through a lot of stuff that season, and they were pretty. It was an 35-year-old Jordan, so he was basically old. He was already. They were all running on fumes already. They had to deal with Dennis Rodman. He was basically mentally gone that year. And Pippen was injured. Even though if you watch the documentary, they basically make it seem like Pippen was like doing it on purpose because he wanted a contract. He basically was. And then it didn't work out for him. But yeah, then the first round, well, not too impressive. They beat the Hornets in 5. Glenn Rice Hornets. No, they beat the what is it called? What's their name? Pacers. Led by Reggie Miller in 7. That was a close series. That's where that meme comes from, Reggie Miller.
Oh, him choking?
Yeah. And they beat up on the what was their name? Oh, they also beat the Nets. I forgot they swept the Nets in the first round. But not too impressive because the Nets were just like they had like Derek Coleman. So it's like, but then they beat the Stockton and Malone Jazz. Like it's just tough for the Jazz that they don't have a championship because they probably would have won one. And the Jordan just if Jordan just stayed retired after the first time he retired, they probably would have won the
Yeah,
championship. Like one of these years, one of those years they probably would have won at least one.
yeah.
So it's just tough. And then Jordan made one of the clutchest shots in NBA history ever. So that's I put it in Game 6. That's why I have him. I just have him there because of all the stuff they went through during the season with the Rodman stuff and the Pippen.
Oh yeah, the Rodman stuff is hilarious. So
Yeah, that's why I put him just because all the stuff they went through. But I have the Bulls at 4.
the Bulls at number 4. All right, man. This is well, that's probably like one of the oldest teams that I got on here, but this is from 2001, and pretty much the exact same thing as the Golden State one that I just brought up. But I'm going with the LA Lakers of 2001 for the simple fact that they were also pretty much unbeatable as well. Because, okay, they went through the first round. They took out, let's see, who did they take out in the first round? Either way, it was a sweep. Um, Second round, they went and they swept again. Third round, they swept the Spurs. Oh, they swept the Kings in the second round. They swept the Spurs in the conference finals. And then they went on at Philadelphia. They were able to take one game with Allen Iverson. But I'd say this team, literally, I'd say they were like the next team. They were like the original team to go and sweep through everybody before freaking the Warriors did it. The reason why I got them above the Warriors, though, is because they. I wasn't alive when this happened, but they didn't seem as overpowered as the Warriors did. Like the Warriors, of course, when you have a 73-win team and you add KD, of course they're going to be unbeatable. But then when you got, I'd say the Lakers, they just seemed like more teams could have beat them, but they just played out their mind. Like, of course, when you got Kobe Bryant and Shaq, two of the greatest players of all time, they just went out and dominated that entire run. So they like the Warriors, they only lost one game that entire playoff run, and it took Allen Iverson going like having like one of the greatest performances of his life. So I got the Lakers as my number 3 from 2001.
All right, then my number 3, I got the '03 Spurs. Let me go through everything they went through. Here we go. In the first round, they beat the Marion Stoudemire Suns in 6 games. And in the second round, they beat Shaq and Kobe in 6, defending champs. And in the third round, they beat the Nash and Dirk Mavs in 6. And in the finals, they beat the Nets in 6. And Tim Duncan, it wasn't like you think about Tony Parker and Manu Ginobili. Well, let me go through this. This is Tony Parker's second season, so it's not like you got a grizzled veteran Tony Parker where he's already that amazing. You don't got him yet. He's second year Tony Parker. And you got rookie Manu. So rookie Manu was not the most fantastic player ever. This is rookie season, and they had last year, like last year of his career, he could barely walk on the court anymore. And David Robinson. So they had David Robinson, but he was basically washed. He was like totally washed. Like he was done at that point of his career.
Yeah.
And in the closeout game, Tim Duncan almost put up a quadruple double. Almost. It was like one thing. I think it was like a steal or block off or something like that. He was close to it.
A quadruple double? Holy shit.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah. They also had Steven Jackson, but he was not that great yet either. This is before his Golden State years and was the Charlotte years. So it wasn't amazing. But yeah, just because I like this one because he went through a ton of star-studded teams like Hall of Famers like Nash, Dirk, Kidd, Shaq, Kobe. I that Suns team too. But I don't know if any of them are Hall of Famers. I think Stoudemire though was one of the top players in the NBA. But I don't know if any of them are Hall of Famers. But that's still a tough team to beat. Yeah, then the team wasn't that amazing. Like they were all young, except Tim Duncan was really the only guy that you could really count on this team because like Tony Parker, second season, Manu Ginobili rookie year. That's pretty.
So they're not gonna go out and beat you just like that, yeah.
Yeah. And also David Robinson's not even a mention. I don't even think he was playing anymore because that's like, yeah, he was just couldn't even walk anymore. Basically, he was already done.
Too old, yeah.
Yeah, he was too
he
old.
was too old by that point.
Yeah.
Ah, shit. Okay.
Yeah, that's my number 3.
Number 3. What are we on? We're on number 2 now.
Yeah, number 2.
Number 2. Okay. Now thinking about it, this might be a bit too high for him, but I'm gonna still put him here anyways because of recency bias. And right here, I got the 2019 Toronto Raptors, pretty much just because they were the one team to put down the Warriors. The Warriors team that had pretty much been unbeatable for year after year after year after year after year. Toronto was able to put them down. I'd say Kawhi Leonard was the main reason for that. He had it's like his one healthy season in years and years and years. That one healthy season he had, he was able to put down the Warriors. Obviously, it did take some luck. I'd tell you that game 7 against the 76ers, where the ball just bounced around, bounced around, bounced around. That's probably like one of the greatest shots I've ever seen, to be honest. One of the greatest shots I've ever seen. Fading away, guy right in his face, took 4 bounces, then went in. There you go. I mean, that was easy. Kyle Lowry was an all-star too, but I don't really think he considered it like a duo type of thing. I think Kawhi was just the main guy. Stepped in first year on the team. First year on the team. They just traded their best player to get him too, DeMar DeRozan. They traded him, and then they still went out. They put on a great performance. They started in the Eastern Conference Finals. They started down 0-2 against the Milwaukee Bucks. Milwaukee was like the best team all year. They were favorited in that series for sure. Giannis was stepping into his own as the best player in the Eastern Conference. And I'll tell you, first year with LeBron out, and then Kawhi stepped in, and they took the Bucks down after dropping down 0-2. Went out and took every other game from there. And then, even though KD got injured, it was pretty much a series that sent KD packing out of the Warriors. He wanted to do his own thing, and pretty much, I'd say Kawhi went out. He did what many people thought was impossible. He thought what I thought was impossible. I thought nobody would be able to beat that Warriors team at all. Kawhi went out and did it pretty much. I mean, also you had a great supporting cast too, but he was a main all-star on that team. So I'll put the 2019 Raptors along with Kawhi Leonard at number 2.
All right, my number 2, the 2011 Mavericks. Yeah, obviously Dirk was probably this is probably Dirk. This is basically Dirk's highlight of his career. Like the thing you look back on Dirk. This is like the thing you look back on the 2011 playoff run. He was hitting clutch shot after clutch shot. Everything he could do for this team, he did. He also had guys like Kim, Sean Marion, who I mentioned earlier. Defensive fusion. He wasn't defensive player of the year. He wasn't defensive player of the year yet. He won in New York. But what's his name? Tyson Chandler.
Tyson Chandler.
Yeah, and Jason Terry, Peja. Those guys. Most of these, they're good names, but it's like none of these guys are like in their prime anymore. Like Kid, he was definitely out of his prime. Like he was in his prime when I mentioned earlier when he was making the finals of the Nets. That was like his pinnacle of his career. When he was making, that was like his prime. But they were still very good players. They had a very good team to the 3rd seed, at least 7 wins. But I don't know. But at this time, I don't think anybody thought like when they were doing this. I don't think anybody thought they had a chance. Like I know, especially when they faced Miami, I'm pretty sure everybody was picking Miami to win the series. I doubt. Even when they probably played Kobe, they probably put the Lakers. People were probably saying that the Lakers were going to win. But yeah, they took down the Blazers, led by LaMarcus Aldridge in 6, swept Kobe, the defending champions, and then they beat Oklahoma City's Big 3 when they're in 5 games. And they beat LeBron and the Heat with Dwayne Wade and Bosh in their first year together in 6 games. So yeah, pretty impressive run. Yeah, I have them as my number 2 team.
Yeah. Yeah, you knew who I was going to go with at number 1. You already went over this right now, but yeah, 2011 Mavericks, just to add on to what you said, like you said, I remember, well, looking back on it now, I looked at like all the reports from the second round. It was literally like, I don't think I saw a single person picking the Mavericks to win that series. Literally, there was like a list of like all the reporters at the time, all their predictions. They were all, oh, Lakers in 4, Lakers in 5, Lakers in 6. Every single one of them. There wasn't a single Mavericks, like a single person picking the Mavericks in that series. And for them to go out, put the Lakers down, the defending champs down in 4 games. Literally 4 games. They couldn't take a single game against them. After nobody said the Mavs were going to win. Literally nobody said the Mavs were going to win. They went out, put them down in 4 games. Like you said, when you look back at Dirk's career, this is the one thing you're going to look back on. This one and his MVP season back in 2007. Those are the 2 main things you're going to look back on, but mostly this run. Then again, you had Oklahoma City, who I'd say they were a young team at the time, but you still had I'd say you had Westbrook, Durant, and Harden all right there developing. And I'd say I believe they were like the one seed at the time. They were one seed. The one seed in the Western Conference got put down in 5 games. Literally in 5 games. Kevin Durant, Russell Westbrook, and James Harden. Serge Ibaka was on that team too. And this team ended up making the finals the next year too. They went out and got put down in 5 games. And then obviously the like final nail in this championship run, it was when they took down the Miami Heat in 6 games. And many people don't bring this up. Everybody likes to talk about Jordan and his flu game. Dirk Nowitzki was literally playing through the flu for what? It was like 2 of those games in that series. He was literally playing through the flu too. Nobody seems to bring it up. They all want to talk about Jordan's flu game. Nobody wants to talk about Dirk's flu game. And he went out and he won those 2 games that he had when he was sick. After LeBron and D Wade literally came in mocking him before the game started, they were like LeBron and D Wade, they were taking Dirk lightly. He went out, had one of the best finals performances while playing on the flu. So I'd say you want to give Jordan credit for his flu game, you got to mention Dirk too, because Dirk did the exact same thing against the greatest player of the generation too. LeBron is without a doubt the best player in that generation. They had a big 3. Chris Bosh was like a perennial all-star at the time. D Wade was the face of Miami at the time before LeBron stepped in. LeBron was the best player in the world too. You went and took those 3 guys down. And I'd say the only all-star you had on your team was Dirk Nowitzki. Jason Kidd, like you said, he was past his prime. Tyson Chandler, he was still rising up too. He wasn't like full-on defensive player of the year yet. But all these players played together so well. Yeah, Rick Carlisle running the squad. And it just seemed to work perfectly for them right there. And Dirk, like you said, he was hitting clutch shot after clutch shot after clutch shot, winning in the biggest moments. So, number 1, whether it's biased or not, it might not be super biased because Joseph had him at number 2, but I got the Mavs 2011 at number 1.
Yeah, I don't think you can. I don't know if you can guess what I put at number 1. I just want you to guess. What do you think I put at number 1 out of everybody?
The Rockets from
Oh yeah.
what was it? 90, 95?
Oh yeah, you already guessed it. Yeah, you guessed it perfectly.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. The number 1 team for me is the '95 Rockets, and I don't think this is me being biased. It's me being biased, but I can't be that biased because it's not like I wasn't fucking alive. I wasn't alive for this, so I'm not like, oh yeah, I have some. I'm not being like fucking nostalgic either because I was definitely not alive in 1995. So yeah, let me go through this. Okay, the first round, they were 6th seed. Okay, they had a record of they almost had a under 500 record this season. They weren't very good. So the first round, they played Stockton and Malone, who were I'm pretty sure they were like a 59 win team, and the Rockets were like 40 win team. Rockets were like a 40 win team. Jazz were 59 win team. They beat them in 5 games. The second round, they beat Barkley. It was Barkley and the Suns with Kevin Johnson. They were a pretty good team too. They were a 60 win team. The Rockets put them away in seven games, and then third round, David Robinson, not Duncan Robinson, David Robinson and the Spurs. They have won 62 games, and they lost in 6 games. So in the finals, Shaq and Penny on the Magic, they had the best record in the whole entire NBA. They were like a 64 win team, and they lost, and they got swept by the Houston Rockets. And to me, this team was not very good. I was looking at them. Only guy they got Clyde Drexler, and Clyde Drexler was all right. But he was averaging like 20, but he was putting up like 25 shots a game. So he was not doing this. He was not that good anymore. And everybody else in that team, like Kenny Smith, was averaging 8 points a game in the regular season. He was not doing anything in the regular season. I'm pretty sure the next best scorer was Vernon Maxwell, and Vernon Maxwell was averaging like 13. This team was not very good. But this is the Kings' numbers in that final run too. He averages, what is it called? I'm pretty sure, let me bring this up. 33, 10, 5 assists, 3 blocks a game, and 2 steals a game. So it's like, these are very, other than the assists, like, Like him and Jokic's run reminding me a lot of it. Like instead of the assist though, it's like more like for Hakeem it was like the defensive numbers, like the blocks and the steals.
Blocks and steals,
Yeah, like 3 blocks and 2 steals a game. That's crazy. In the playoffs, he was doing everything, and he went through. These teams are pretty. Like he went through Stockton and Malone. He went through Barkley. He went through David Robinson, and he went through Shaq and Penny. Like he basically went through all of the center competition in a 2-year span. He took Patrick Ewing out the year before that, and this season he took out Malone, he took out Barkley, he took out Robinson, and he took out what's his name? I forgot his name. Shaq.
Robinson.
Oh yeah, Robinson. Yeah. Shaq and Robinson. He took them all out. So I think that solidified him. It's better than all those players. Like Shaq, Shaq wasn't in his prime, but he was averaging like 30 a game almost. So it's not like it was rookie Shaq or something. It was like 30 or 4-year Shaq. So yeah, this is they did it with 62. They always seats everyone in the NBA title. So that's why to me it's impressive because all these teams are like stacked way better. They were like 50, almost 6. All of them were like almost 61 teams. The only reason they're not all 61 teams is because the Jazz lost one more extra game. If they didn't, all 4 of them would have been 61 teams. So that's crazy. And Magic, I was looking at that Magic team. That Magic team just crumbled in the finals. I was looking at the numbers. All of them crumbled except for Shaq. Penny wasn't even that good either. All of them just crumbled in the finals. So that's pretty tough.
They said it was a sweep.
Yeah, it was a sweep. They got swept. Even that Stockton and Malone game took it on in 5-2 is pretty sad. That was pretty sad.
Yeah, nah. That was insane.
They could have probably actually had a championship that year if they didn't get taken out by 5. That's crazy. Barkley and the Suns are basically the team that gave them the most competition. They don't, yeah. But yeah.
It's also tough. That time when Jordan retired, that was Hakeem's time right there, man. He wasn't letting nobody else take that.
Yeah. He could have had 3 rings. But he made it to the finals in his first season. It was too young.
Who do they play?
The Celtics.
Oh, and they ended up losing that one?
Yeah. That's crazy though because I was looking at they played the Lakers in the Western Conference Finals of that series, and they came out played Kareem and everything, and they almost lost because Magic Johnson was just doing everything. But the only reason they won, other than they made it to the finals, obviously, and then they got bitched by Larry Bird and Kevin McHale. So damn.
That was like late '80s, wasn't it?
No, that was like 1980s. No, he made it his rookie season. He made it to the finals in his rookie year. It was like 1983. It was like 1982. 83.
Oh shit! Yeah. Oh,
they made it. They made it and they lost. They got bitched. It was him and Sampson, and they lost. That's impressive to make it to your first season.
That was like prime Celtics though.
Yeah.
The 80s was like prime Celtics.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Not considering that Bill Russell shit, bro. Because that Bill Russell shit was you can't even. That. They won like 8 straight championships right there.
Yeah, no. Yeah, but that was prime Celtics. It was tough. But that's pretty much both of our list. I want to talk about some of the Zion Williamson stuff. We didn't talk about it last time. We made a joke about it.
We kind of went over it, but we did before we get into it.
It was more of a joke. But let's talk about it.
Get serious. Yeah.
Now, let me go over this. So first, he announced he was pregnant. Oh, he was pregnant. His girlfriend was pregnant. She's like a 30-year-old. She already has an adult kid. So it's already pretty fishy right there. And I'm pretty sure she was like a stripper or something. I'm pretty sure she was a stripper. And then after that, Mariah Mills, who's a porn star, she put out all these text messages, I don't know, from Snapchat. And it was actually him. It was verified and everything. There's a picture of him being verified. He was like, oh, I'm going to have to pay you to come and live with me. I'm going to fly you out to New Orleans and all this stuff. And and there's all that. And these college girls from high school also, not from high school, from when he's in Duke. They also just exposed him too. They released a bunch of videos of him on Snapchat too. Pretty corny stuff. And there's another girl. That's like last year. Zion Williamson flew her out to play to watch him play basketball. Yeah, and if you look back on her Instagram, she's actually there at the game wearing a Zion Williamson jersey. So it's pretty crazy. But I don't know what's happening with his draft class anymore. It was John Moran and then Zion. Zion isn't even that bad. Zion's getting exposed. His personal life is getting exposed. No. I think he needs to be a little bit more responsible though, because he just Mariah Mills on her Twitter was like making it seem like they're having like raw sex. And he's having raw sex. He's having raw sex with multiple women. That's what these girls are making it seem. So I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's a
Yeah.
good idea because he's gonna be paying. He's getting reluctant to paying child support. So I don't know.
That's facts too. Yeah. And you say you already got Hold on. So which one was his actual girl? It was a stripper.
Yeah, the stripper's actual girlfriend.
Because the one that went on the Twitter rant, she was making it seem like she was like the main
Yeah,
girl.
I don't think she was his girlfriend because she blocked out a bunch of stuff where Zion was telling her what she was gonna be. So it could have been like, oh, Zion,
Oh,
I could
for real?
block
Yeah.
on her text messages. So I don't know. So Zion could have been calling her a bitch or some shit. Like, you want to be my bitch? When she blocked it out. So I don't know. I don't know.
Ah, damn.
That's why I don't think Zion was actually making it seem like she was gonna be his girlfriend. But yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, because I tell you the way she made it seem like she was so heartbroken and stuff. Like
Yeah,
she made it seem like she was like the actual girl and like she got cheated on or something like that.
no, I don't think so. I don't think.
Ah, damn. Either way, bro, that's tough, man. Well, I mean, I guess a stripper isn't too bad because it's not like you could like go back in time and like look stuff up. I mean, maybe you might be able to look stuff up in the internet, but I think the adult star is worse because like if he was to have a kid with her and stuff, like the
Yeah.
kid could just go back and look up his mom's stuff. Or the kid, I tell you, you know how kids are in like middle school and stuff. I would not be surprised if they like went back and searched through the mom's freaking um scenes that she went through back in the day.
Yeah. The stripper just seems kind of fishy though, just because she already has an adult kid. So that kind of already sounds a little fishy.
With how old Zion is too. How old is he? Like 21, 22,
He's like 23 or 22.
23. Her son could be like damn near the same age as him.
Yeah, that's nuts. So yeah, I don't know about that stuff, but yeah.
Was it Miles Bridges
I mean,
also in the draft class?
like what?
Miles Bridges?
Yeah, he was.
He was also in the 2019 class. Oh damn, that's
PJ Washington too. Yeah, PJ Washington. Also,
PJ Washington, he was in that class too. Yeah, so Hornets got Bridges and Washington in that same class.
yeah,
Holy shit, brother! Yeah, that class, bro. I don't know what's up with them.
yeah.
Oh man,
Yeah,
they're good players too.
Yeah, those people trying to compare this to the fucking John Morant stuff, bro. It's not even on the same. I don't even think it's on the same level of playing field because it's like John Morant.
Zion and Ja.
John Morant stuff seems a little bit worse to me than what Zion's doing. It just seems like Zion's being a young dude. Because I'm pretty sure a lot of people that would be put in a situation with millions of dollars would be the same way. So I don't know. I don't know why people are making it seem like that. Like this is, so I know a lot of people, just personally, that I know would be like the way Zion is if they had all the money Zion had.
Yeah.
And they had the ability of Zion Williamson to just DM porn stars and all that stuff. Yeah, they would do it too. So I don't know.
They do, yeah.
Yeah. And he shouldn't be doing stuff. He shouldn't be doing that stuff. But he still. Yeah, he needs to mature a little bit. But no, I don't think it's better than Giles stuff. Like, Giles going to get suspended 30 games. Probably. He's probably yeah, Zion in games.
Zion for doing this.
Yeah, Zion's not getting suspended 30 games for this. So, not even close.
Yeah. It's just a little embarrassing for him right now. But
yeah.
But I mean, even freaking LaMelo, wasn't he also going out with like Tiana Trump for a while?
Yeah. He's going out with some like 35 bro right now, bro. So I don't know. Some old person. I know right now he's going out with some old person. So I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, she's old.
Bro, yeah, no, LaMelo, bro, Zion. I'd say, like, it's not too bad, but I mean, for him personally, it would be too bad. Like, as far as for him in basketball, like, you won't really remember too much. Miles Bridges was the one that was bad, though. Miles Bridges, this dude blew his entire bag.
Well, he might come back He might come back this year. So I guess
on the same contract.
Not for the same contract.
He was gonna get paid, bro.
Yeah. I don't know. He thought he was gonna come back to the NBA, but he's coming. This is the Hornets want to bring him back, so he's probably going back to Charlotte.
He started his rap career with, bro. I don't even know what he was talking about. He was talking about some wild stuff, but I mean, okay, it doesn't look good for the Hornets that one of your players is saying that stuff. But I mean, I guess it is what it is, the rap stuff. But then it came out with like the domestic abuse stuff. It's like, oh shoot, this dude is not playing around.
Yeah, man, the Zion stuff. I think like he's like 23-year-old, 22-year-old song. What is it called? It's definitely not as bad. Like people are making it seem like Zion's doing unquestionable things. Like I'm pretty sure mostly everybody on Twitter would probably, all these dudes on Twitter are saying this is probably do the same shit as Zion's doing.
If they could, yeah.
Yeah,
The
probably
difference is
even
that
worse.
they can't.
Yeah, probably even worse. They're probably doing even worse than what Zion's doing. But yeah. But yeah, like definitely John Morant and especially Bridges, way worse. Yeah.
PJ Washington kind of falls more into that Zion type of range where he just made mistakes with his personal stuff. He chose the wrong one.
Yeah, I don't know what PJ Washington was doing really well. I don't know.
Yeah, it's not like he did anything
Yeah.
like necessarily like bad, like Miles Bridges, but it's pretty sad for him too, though. It's still pretty sad for him too.
Yeah, I just don't know. Maybe they need to fix their taste in women. That's the only thing I can say about this. Maybe have a better taste in women.
Yeah, nah, for real, bro. Fucking Miles Bridges wants to beat them, and then PJ Washington, Zion, they're picking like the worst ones, like the freaking 304s. That's tough.
Yeah. But yeah, there's really not much else to talk about today. Today was a pretty dry day overall. Oh, there's actually something I want to talk about. I just saw it right now, actually. It was from yesterday. It says that Karl Anthony Towns might get traded in the next few weeks. A lot of people think it might happen. So I want to talk about some landing spots for Karl Anthony Towns. There's only one. There's like two I can think of. Maybe I can think of Boston. Maybe if Jaylen Brown wants to leave. Well, I don't know, to be honest. I don't think we're getting better in Boston if we trade for Karl Anthony Towns because Karl Anthony Towns really hasn't. To me, he hasn't improved at all since he hasn't improved heavily that much. Like he improved from his first season. He averaged like 19 his first year, or something like that. Or 20.
He put up 26 like the second or third year.
Yeah, he hasn't really improved from that. He's actually down. He's probably he's gotten less efficient. His defense, garbage. Like I don't know how even. We're talking about Kevin Love. Kevin Love right now is kind of defense. That's all his defense is. His rebounding is really. He's still solid. I'm not too. I don't think Boston would do it because I don't think Boston gets better. I think they get worse because I don't know what Towns does for you.
That upgrade over Horford.
Yeah, upgrade over Horford, but then you're losing Brown. I don't.
That's true.
I think Brown's is better. I think I'd rather have Brown over. Like Brown's an all NBA player right now at least.
Yeah.
But I see the Knicks. Maybe the Knicks want to get for Randall, but I don't know what Randall was doing for the Timberwolves.
Better?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't even know. I don't even think. Yeah, I don't even know. It's just like
downgrading.
This is like the same player practically.
Yeah.
Actually, this year it is probably a downgrade because Towns wasn't even an All-Star this year. He was hurt. He hasn't been an All-Star in 2 seasons though. Almost 3.
Think so. No, yeah.
It might be 3 seasons. Cause I know that year of COVID, he had a pretty tough year with his mom and his dad. Then
I think ever since then it's been down.
So I don't know. He doesn't fit in Minnesota anymore. I think they have to keep Gobert because they can't just trade 6 first-round picks for Gobert and be like, oh, sorry, Gobert, we don't want you anymore. They can't do that. They have too much. It's gonna be Towns that gets traded. I don't mind this because it's to be honest, it's Anthony Edwards' team now. So
yeah, he took over that.
Yeah, he's a better player. He has a chance to. I think he has a chance to be like a Jason Tatum level player if he continues to develop like that type of level. But yeah, the only way he's gonna get that is if you get a better team around him because the team's pretty. As I can see the Rockets doing it just if the Rockets want to win, but I would not be wanting to do this. I would be mad if you traded Şengün for fucking Towns. I would be mad because I would rather
have Şengün anyway.
Yeah, I'd rather have Şengün. I thought that was a little bit of a hot take, but a lot of people on the Rockets, all out of the Rockets fans, I saw Rockets fans responding to this, and they all want to keep Şengün. So, yeah,
that's not a crazy thing to say either.
Yeah,
you would rather have Şengün right now.
So I don't know, maybe Portland, but that'd just be a finesse. And imagine if Minnesota got picked 3 for Towns, and they got Scoot, and Anthony Edwards. That's a finesse to me. That's a finesse. They just finesse the fuck out of the Trailblazers.
Yeah, they still got a big too with Rudy Gobert, so it's not like they're losing a ton of size. Cause
that would be an insane trade if Minnesota could pull that off. Towns for pick 3 to Portland, and Scoot falls to them. That would just be like that would just be insane for Minnesota.
Yeah,
they would have Scoot and Anthony Edwards. That'd be crazy. And they would have McDaniels and Gobert as well. Yeah, I don't really know. Yeah, I don't know what happened here though. It's just. Portland actually kind of makes sense, to be honest. That's probably the team that makes the most sense if they want to. They're getting finesse. They're getting finesse. I would be willing to give up McDaniels too. Even though I've been talking so much about McDaniels. If they gave me pick 2 or pick 3, I would do it. I think if you could get Scoot and Anthony Edwards, that'd just be insane.
Yeah.
You just trying to get you. I would just try to make sure you get Scoot. If you could get Scoot, just get Scoot and Anthony Edwards and worry about the rest of the team later. Cause
Yeah.
that's already insane.
Yeah, no, that'd be perfect. Yeah, right there. That'd be a dream scenario for Minnesota.
Yeah, that would.
Honestly, that trade does make sense for them. If I'm being for real, that does make sense for Minnesota. I don't know how much it does for Portland. I mean, I guess it kind of helps them with their win now situation that they think that they're in. But either way, Towns hasn't even been playing too much these past few years. Anyways, he's been he's been off the court a lot. If I'm being honest.
Yeah, I saw the trade offer right here. It's Knicks fans. Knicks fans actually want Towns. They were like,
They want everything.
they would swap him for RJ Barrett, Julius Randle, and 4 first-round picks. Yeah, I don't know.
What?
So I guess
That's from a Knicks fan?
Yeah, from a Knicks fan.
What?
So
RJ Barrett and Julius Randle?
yeah,
And picks?
yeah, that'd just be a if you got offered that, I'm just
Is this like 2017 Carl Anthony Towns?
yeah, I
Are
don't
they
know.
talking about like 2017 Carl?
Yeah,
If it's 2017 Carl Anthony Towns, that seems pretty reasonable. Maybe like 2017 Julius Randle,
Yeah.
but this is a 2017, bro. This is 23.
Yeah, I guess Towns is probably younger than Randall, so I guess that, but it would probably be. I don't know. Randall had a bad playoffs, but I would think Randall's still better player right now.
Like Carl Anthony Towns had an outstanding playoffs too.
Yeah, yeah. So I don't know about that. Yeah, if I was
Bro,
if I was
Minnesota
the
gets that shit, bro, I would take that.
yeah, if I was Minnesota, I would just take it.
Bro. Holy shit, bro.
Yeah, especially those 4 picks. Yeah, that would just be insane if they could do that. Yeah, I don't know about that.
So
But yeah,
the Knicks would be stuck with just Jalen Brunson and Carl Anthony Towns. I don't know how far that gets you, but it's probably still a second round exit. That's if Towns even plays for most of the year.
yeah, that's true. I also saw a rumor instead of the what is it called? CP3 and James Harden signing trade deal could happen in the offseason. So that
That'll
could
be a fleece by Phoenix. Absolute fleece. I don't know, bro. If Darrell Morey does that shit, bro, bro, that seems unreasonable, bro. That seems way too unreasonable. That seems way too fucking unreasonable for Darrell Morey to actually sit down, watch the tape from last year, actually calculate and analyze this decision. For him to actually take the time, sit down, analyze this decision, and think that bringing in Chris Paul for $40 million a year to replace James Harden is the right move to make. I just can't see it happening, bro. I don't think Darrell Morey is that fucking stupid.
well, it
bro.
could be. Well, if Harden could just leave for nothing though, that's the problem. He could just leave.
But Phoenix needs to clear up cap, though.
Yeah, but you can max the contracts with CP3 and Harden, so you can do a. If that's the only thing Philly's gonna get, Philly's gonna fuck anyways. Daryl Morey's gonna get fired, I believe, in a year or two. I don't think Daryl Morey. I think Daryl Morey's last job is an actual. Oh, what is he? He's not even the GM right now. He's like the vice president of basketball operations. Yeah, he's not. He's already made questionable moves. Personally, I think Harden's going back to Houston. I think he's going back to Houston.
Yeah.
I got him a little bit more. My confidence in him going back to Houston just went up a little bit more like the last week. Even though last time I said it was like 60-40.
Like 75 now?
Yeah, it's like 70. I said 70. I think it's like 70.
70-30.
Yeah. I still think he's going back to Houston.
And so what?
So,
And then 25% Philadelphia and 5% Phoenix?
Yeah, probably something like that. To be honest with you, I want him to go to Phoenix just because that's probably his best chance
to win a ring.
to win a title. But yeah, I don't want him to go back to Philly. If it's either Philly or Houston, I would rather him just go play out the rest of his career in Houston. Just like at least I have fun watching the team. At least that, because I just don't want him to go back to Philly. I don't want him to go back to Philly.
Man, yeah, you're done with Philadelphia already.
Yeah.
You just go on to being a full-on Rockets fan and no no other slight biases. Like you don't have that Brooklyn bias anymore. You don't have the Philadelphia bias anymore. You could just go full on Houston again.
Yeah, that's what I'm hoping for. But
Yeah, that's what I'm hoping for too. Because
I don't know.
honestly, they're probably capped out in Philadelphia. And Joel Embiid's probably out of there next year too. So
Yeah,
that's gonna be a bad situation for the future. And Phoenix, I just don't like Phoenix, so you could stay away from there.
yeah, I would
So
either want him to go to
I would
Phoenix
say Houston.
or Houston. I don't like Phoenix's fan base though, so I don't have to deal with that. But
Uh-huh. Yeah,
yeah, I
at
guess.
least he has a shot at winning a ring.
Yeah, but if he went to Phoenix, he really wouldn't have to do much at all anymore. He wouldn't have to score at all. He could average like 15 a game because they have Booker and Durant. He could just put up
You
like
could go back to that Brooklyn James Harden,
yeah.
where he was just passing the ball pretty much.
He could average like 12 or 13 assists a game just playing with Devin Booker and Kevin Durant.
Yeah,
It was that's them.
uh-huh.
There's also another report that showed. Like, what were you saying?
I was about to, because in my head it kind of sounded like a good idea until I actually thought about it. But I was like, yeah, maybe they could like, instead of trading CP3, they could trade Aiden because that's a better player. But then when I thought about it in my head, it's like they already have Embiid, bro. So that shit would even work out.
Yeah, that shit would just be nasty. Being Aiden in the same
No,
playing together would be nasty. Yeah.
That's why I tell you. At first, when it popped into my head, it sounded like a good idea. But then when I actually like took like 2 seconds to think about it, it's like, oh, that's a terrible idea.
Yeah. Well, I was actually gonna talk about Aiden, but the Blazers have shown interest in John Aiden. It could be like a Jeremy Grant signing trade. Maybe Jeremy Grant or Nurkic.
that wouldn't be too bad, bro. That wouldn't be too bad for both teams. I think both teams could actually benefit from that.
Yeah. I don't know about Nurkic still because Nurkic can't play liquid defense. Liquid defense. But
yeah, but I mean, Phoenix, you got to get a center back at least.
Yeah, Jeremy Grant's already an upgrade for what you need. You probably play. You got Jeremy Grant. You can probably play Durant at small forward and Jeremy Grant at power forward, and Booker at shooting guard. That would mean you'd probably keep CP3 because then you'd have no money to get a point guard. So not the worst. There's also a list of players that the Suns are interested in. It's a bunch of point guards. Emmanuel Quickly, Gabe Vincent, Peyton Pritchard, Davion Mitchell, Monte Morris, and James Harden. I don't know why James Harden's next to these guys, but it's kind of weird.
I know, bro.
It's like James Harden, then Quickly falls out the Quickly. Yeah, none of these point guards move me at all. Maybe none
are
of
they
them.
gonna do anything, bro? What's gonna happen? Is there gonna be Cameron Payne's backup?
The only player that I can actually see, the only player that's useful for them would be like Quickly. Obviously Harden.
Pay for Quickly though.
Yeah, obviously Harden would be better, but Quickly is probably the only player that's actually that good. Like Vincent, I'm not moved. Davion Mitchell, he plays good defense, but he doesn't do anything other than that. Monte Morris, what the fuck is that? Peyton Pritchard and Monte Morris. I don't even know why they're on this list.
Yeah, for real.
Like I could see the vision with Harden, Quickly, and and Mitchell. I can see the vision.
Pritchard, bro, it's like, what the hell?
Yeah, I can see the vision of Quickly, Vincent, Mitchell, or Harden. But I don't know what the fuck Pritchard and Morris are doing here. What the fuck are you gonna do with them? Like Peyton Pritchard is insane. Like that's an insane name. But yeah.
Yeah, the only two who are gonna make like a real impact, maybe Gabe Vincent if you could get like that same type of production that you got out of Miami. And he would also have to you're probably gonna have to pay him a decent contract, not as much as the other two, like Quickly and Harden. You're probably gonna have to pay for those two.
Yeah.
Not necessarily as much for Quickly, but you're still gonna have to pay for Quickly, which I don't know if they have the cap to be doing that. That would be a good move for them. I just don't think they have the cap to be doing that stuff, unless they were to like get rid of Aiden and CP3. And yeah, Gabe Vincent too. They're also gonna have to pay like a solid deal. Like what'd you say a few days ago? Like what, around like that 18 mil range?
Yeah, around there. Yeah.
I don't know if they have the cap space for that either. At least with Peyton Pritchard and freaking Morris, you won't have to pay him anything. So I guess that makes sense. Davion Mitchell, I don't know how much you would have to pay for him, but it's just pretty funny to me.
Yeah. If they trade for Harden, though, they'd probably trade Aiden. That would be like, they're just gonna have they're gonna have Harden, Durant, Booker, and then Aiden. There's gonna be the rest of them are gonna be fucking bums. So I don't think that's gonna. win anything. You probably trade Aiden if you get Harden.
Get some more role pieces around them.
Yeah, role players. Yeah, because I don't think it would work just with Harden, the Booker, Durant, and Aiden. That would just be like a fucking mess. I don't know. Like that team, the rest of the team's gonna suck ass. Like you're not gonna be able to play anybody else. Harden and Aiden, they're all gonna be playing 40 minutes a game. Nobody else is gonna play. I do not see anyway. I don't see anybody. What? Ish Wainwright's gonna start power forward. It's gonna be like fucking.
What if goes down again? Like let's say Devin Booker goes down again for a sizable time. Oh, they're screwed. They're screwed because I don't think you could just. The KD only plays half the season anyways at this point in his career. I don't think he's been able to play over 40 games or 50 games at least past few seasons.
Yeah, I don't know.
You can already count out KD for half the season. Booker goes down, then they're screwed, bro. Just gonna be Harden, Aiden, and the bro. I don't know who the hell else they're gonna have behind them.
Yeah, so it's gonna be. Yeah, they would have to trade Aiden. I don't think you can last with Aiden too. If you got Harden, it's probably gonna trade Aiden and get more players. You could probably get them. You could probably get like 2 role players from that, and the rest is probably just like a. Well, you have a mid-level exception, so you can bring us all player from that, like 7 mil, 8 mil, and the rest are gonna be veteran minimum players. So I guess they have bird rights on some players, and they have bird rights on campaign. So I guess just bring them back. No reason not to. It's better than having a veteran minimum player. But yeah.
Yeah. Honestly, I like the Nurkic and Jeremy Grant deal for them.
Yeah. I would like
them
them
one of the
trade,
best offers they would get.
If Atlanta would be interested in that, I would like them to trade for Collins and Capella. That's what I would like them to do. Aiden for Collins and Capella, just because that's more defense. I think they would do it. To be honest with you, I'd rather have Capella over Aiden a little bit right now. Maybe
right now,
Aiden's got more years on him, but for what Capella does, I would already have him. But Collins is pretty much a bad contract. Collins ain't gonna ask to have to do shit here. He's just gonna be fucking. Well, he's gonna be the 4th, not even the 4th option. Like if you trade Aiden for Capella and for Collins, you keep CP3. It would be he's like the 5th option. So it's not like Capella's gonna even score a little bit more than
last option on the team. Yeah.
So he would not have to do anything other than do his role. He would basically just have to do the Aaron Gordon role, and that's it. Even less than what Aaron Gordon does. Basically nothing. Defense.
That would just be well, for Atlanta, it would just pretty much be like if they're done with both of them, Capella and Collins. I think they've been done with John Collins for a while. I think they've been trying to get rid of him for a minute already.
Yeah.
They could run with the Trae Young, DeJounte Murray, and then I guess the Andre Ayton. That's their own little big 3 right there.
Yeah. You know, gets me mad is like I saw this report. This is about James Harden. It said Eastern Conference executive on James Harden. It says his status as a max alpha player in this league is over. He can't produce wins. He can't produce wins just pisses me off so much because he literally is probably they had like a 46-20 record when Harden played last year. And in the playoffs, they're making it seem like Harden didn't play good at all. Like, he averaged like 10. He played good even for game 5. Game 4, game 5, and game 2. Game 1, he played good. Game 2, game 3, game 6, game 7, I'll give him that. But it's like
he was a reason for one of their wins. Actually, both of their wins.
Yeah, both of their wins. And in game 5, he really didn't do much. He scored 19 points and he only missed 1 shot that game. But people are making it seem like that's a fucking terrible game. He got 19 and 12 in that game. And people are making it seem like it's terrible. But yeah.
Yeah, bro. He can still produce wins for you. I don't get what they're talking about. Just not to the level that he used to back in Houston, where you could literally just give him the ball and he was going to be your entire offense for an entire season.
These people are making it seem like averaging. I already saw somebody saying that averaging 20 and 10 is not good anymore. That's what they said. That's what somebody said in these Twitter comments. That's not good anymore.
Actually, they're being dead serious about that?
Yeah, no.
How many players do you see averaging 20 and 10?
Yeah, somebody said this. It said that it's not the 2000s anymore. It's not the early 2000s anymore. So that those are not good numbers. And I found this out. It said that Steve Nash is the last player since James Harden to average 20 and 10 with 60% true shooting. And Steve Nash won back-to-back MVPs. And that's the last person to do that, ever. Nobody else ever did that. 20 and 10, 60% true shooting, nobody did that. So I don't understand these comments. Tyrese Halliburton does the same shit and everybody fucking praises Tyrese Halliburton. And Tyrese Halliburton does the same exact shit. 20 and 10. 20, that's all I don't even understand. Yeah, it doesn't even make sense. It's probably Daryl Morey. The Eastern Conference executive is probably Daryl Morey. Trying to fucking Get Harden back.
That- oh man, that's crazy. That's an actual executive too.
Yeah, this is just dumb.
No, for real, that is pretty dumb. Cause yeah, I'll tell you, you bring him into Houston, he's automatically bumping your wins up next year.
Yeah, I have, I have no idea. Like it's fucking. He's probably better than like 95% of the point guards all in the NBA. Like 95% of the other than like the top tier guys. Other than like the top tier guys, he's better than practically all. Like the top tier guys, you can argue. But other than that, he's better than fucking everybody else. So I don't understand this point where people are making it seem like he's Russell Westbrook. I'm gonna be honest. People are trying to compare him to Russell Westbrook, and it's insane to me. Russell Westbrook can't even fucking. He has an assist. He has an assist, but he has like fucking 8 turnovers. Harden does not average like 8 turnovers. He averages like 11 assists. He averages like 1 turnover a game. So I don't understand you. He's not Russell Westbrook. So it gets me so mad when they try to compare him to Russell Westbrook. He's not Russell Westbrook. That's not anywhere close. That always pisses me off. I just can't stand the Russell Westbrook comparisons.
Yeah, I still think Harden's way more useful at this point in his career than Russell Westbrook is.
Yeah. He averaged 21, 11, and 6 on 60.
That's not a terrible stat line.
On 60% true shooting. I don't understand these people.
Oh man, that's crazy. Anybody would take 21 and 11 on their team, like on efficient scoring too. It's not like he's just chucking up shots. That's another thing about Westbrook too, is that he was pretty much just chucking up shots, hitting the side of the backboard, freaking airballing stuff. Oh, bro, Harden's not on that level.
I don't understand. I don't think Harden's ever gonna be on Westbrook level because Harden's just like a way better passer than Westbrook ever. I don't even think.
Yeah,
Harden's just way better passer, so I don't even think. Even if Harden couldn't fucking run anymore on the court, he could still be an elite passer. Like the way CP3 is, CP3 is still an elite passer. But yeah, I don't understand these people. Somebody said, I saw somebody else say he's washed. He's not a top 10 guard anymore. That's just, these people are just insane. But yeah, let's just end the show. Because I'm going to keep on going on. I can just go on about this for hours. So I just
Harden rants.
Yeah, I can just go on a Harden rant for hours. So yeah.
Going disrespect. He's always been disrespected though.
Yeah.
Like literally always, even when he was putting up literal video game numbers, he was still disrespected with people saying that Kyrie was better than him at the time.
Yeah, I don't think he's a max player anymore because max player is like 45 mil plus. He's probably like a 35 mil, 30 mil player. 35 mil probably, not 30 mil. 30 mil is like 30 mil now is basically Fred VanVleet. It's like Fred VanVleet now. 35 mil is a good number. I don't think he's max.
That's still a good facilitator though. Yeah, like he's not putting up 35 a game anymore. So yeah, I mean he may be a bit down on his scoring, but Joel Embiid was the first option on that team anyways.
Yeah, he was 34, so I don't think he's a max player anymore. There's kind of a lot of money to invest at 34-year-old. But like 35 mil is still a good number. Like that's probably where his range is, around there. So these people are making it seem like he should get paid like 15 mil. Oh yeah, these fucking people are crazy. When I see that, these people are crazy.
15 mil a year, goddamn, bro. You're gonna be getting paid as much as Gabe Vincent.
Oh no, I don't understand. Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, I just can't understand it anymore. But yeah, I don't know. The fact that somebody said he can't produce wins is just crazy to me. So, yeah, let's just end the show off right there. Cause I'm just gonna continue to go off about this, but yeah, let's just end the show.
Yeah.
Thank you guys for watching a 36th episode of the Playmaker Pod. Please like and subscribe, and we'll see you guys in the next episode of the Playmaker Pod.
Alright, man. Peace out.